Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente. It's Friday, May 17th, 2019. And here are some of today's trends in the news. On the market front, over there in Asia, over there in Europe, here in the USA, it's a down day. Except over there in Asia, the Nikkei up a little bit. Oil down a bit, gold down, Bitcoin down. So what happened? Stocks fall following a sell-off in the final hour on you-know-what. U.S.-China trade talks have stalled. Anyway, they keep saying this over and over again. So what happened? The Dow posted its fourth straight weekly loss, its longest streak since May 2016. So you know what we say, the markets have peaked. It's not trade wars, there's other things going on. The fact of the matter is, economists see about a 0.4 to 0.5% hit on China's GDP as a result of the tariffs. And we've mentioned this over and over again. It's a global slowdown. Yeah, there's picking up a little bit over there in Germany. Europe's up a little bit, not as bad as it was, but basically things aren't that great. So what else do we have over here? Gold. Gold went down because the dollar's going up. The U.S. economy is doing better than most in the world. So the stronger dollar goes, the weaker gold goes. Now, if there were real fears of trade wars, the dollar would be but gold would be whoop, and gold isn't. Gold's right now, as we close the markets, 1,278. And it's stuck in this range for a long time. Oil just went down a little bit. The things are heating up over there, as we've been reporting, over there in the Middle East, particularly with Iran. A deputy head of Iran's elite Revolutionary Guard said on Friday Iran could easily hit U.S. warships in the Gulf. Yep, that's right. The United States sent in this naval task force. This is, as they say, the generals are always fighting the last war. These naval task forces are sitting ducks. Laser weaponry, on and on, all different kinds. So, you know those ships that they sabotaged over there in the Persian Gulf, and they were going to try to blame it on someone. Well, the blame has been laid down. Iran's elite Revolutionary Guards are, quote, highly likely to have facilitated attacks last Sunday on 4 tankers, including 2 Saudi ships in the Persian Gulf, according to a Norwegian insurer's report seen by Reuters. Iran's foreign ministry on Friday rejected accusations by Saudi Arabia that Tehran had ordered an attack on Saudi oil installations, also claimed by Yemen's Iran-aligned Houthi militia. So things are heating up over there. And as we keep saying, if war breaks out in the Middle East, oil prices are going to skyrocket and the markets are going to plunge. End of story. Except U.S. consumer sentiment jumped to a 15-year high in early May. I guess those trade wars aren't frightening them, are they? Australian dollar near lowest level in a decade. Important because they also have an Australian election coming up. And as we've been reporting, the housing market's not so great over there. Melbourne, Sydney, 9% drops in home sales, prices going way down. What does it mean? It means that they're going to lower interest rates. And not only there, but as we see in the United States, as I've been saying, finance chiefs fear recession is ahead, but many lack a plan. 2/3 of CFOs expect the U.S. economy to enter a recession by the third quarter of 2020. Nearly half say recession is likely by the end of 2019. Hey, guess they've been reading the Trends Journal. We say by the last quarter of 2020, it's going to start slipping because the Federal Reserve is going to lower interest rates a number of times between now and then to keep up the economy. And what's keeping the markets up? The same thing that I always keep saying that's keeping them up. Volatility unlikely to derail buybacks. U.S. companies have been buying back their own shares at a blistering pace for more than a year, and market turbulence isn't likely to stop them now. What have I been saying? Ain't trade wars that's changing the markets. It's cheap money. It's tax breaks. It's stock buybacks. That's what keeps it flowing. The roughly 86% of firms in the S&P 500 that have reported results in the first quarter repurchased $188 billion. That's the highest on record based on data going back to 1998. Remember those tax breaks? They're going to go to capital improvements. Yeah, here's just some examples. Apple, $78 billion last year in buybacks. Now, what else do we have here? Remember we talked about yesterday's Trend Vision 2020? About that company over there in China that's taking on Starbucks? Luckin Coffee? Well, they were lucky today. That's right. They began trading today on the market, and the shares closed up about 20%. Now, what is this? Well, this is my little espresso cup, and this is my little espresso coffee pot that I got in Milano. Never buy the ones that are aluminum, only the stainless steel ones. And now this has to do with Luckin Coffee and Starbucks. I can't stand Starbucks coffee. I don't know how anybody could drink that. I remember when it came out, it was so bitter. But that's only my feeling. And you know the motto of the Trends Journal? Think for yourself. And of course, to subscribe to the Trends Journal, to think for yourself, you go to trendsjournal.com. So, it took me all these years, about 2 years ago, to find this hand grinder. That's right. I buy nice Italian espresso beans, put them in here. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes to grind it. It comes out really fine. When you put coffee beans in those electric grinders, they go, they burn the beans. When you have this espresso, no burnt taste at all. A whole different cup of espresso. So, that's very important. I just wish I found this out years ago. But it's never too late. And again, you buy all this stuff, these instant packages, save it, man. I don't do that trip. Okay, what else do we have here? Global banks handed $1 billion in fines for rigging foreign exchange markets. Who would do something like that? Oh, Barclays, Citigroup, who we bailed out. Royal Bank of Scotland, JP Morgan. Oh, yeah, great bailouts. MFUG, Japan's bank. MFUG, how about FUC, you know what? Yeah, MUFG. For rigging the multi-trillion-dollar foreign exchange market, and not one son of a bitch, or I have to be equal in these days of identity politics, or not one son of a bastard went to jail. But those cops, boy, did they get tough with you like, woof. Where were you? Your signal light wasn't on. Where were you? How many drinks did you have? Get out of the car. Stand on your head. Repeat the alphabet backwards. Yeah. But the banksters get a free ride, and we pay to bail them out. In the USSA, we gave them $29 trillion of our money. I wonder why things are so tough out there. Can't understand it? Because all the dough goes to the top. And to show you what kind of slimers all these politicians and banksters are, Bank of England warned prosecutors that charges could destabilize Barclays. The Bank of England warned prosecutors that criminal charges against Barclays would present an existential threat to the lender, showing that regulators still worry about large banks being too big to jail, but they will jail you for any little thing that you do. That's right. So, how about some news that's not being reported by the prostitute media? Only a little bit out there. U.S. security forces stormed Venezuelan embassy. That's right. This is a flagrant violation of international law. The Maduro government, 4 Americans in this place. And here's how it's reported. Federal law enforcement officers, including several in fatigues, wearing tactical gear. Oh, all these tough guys all dressed up with the dogs and entered the building through the back door and conducted a sweep with police dogs. And after more than an hour, police brought the activists into a driveway hidden from view of protesters and the news media. The lawyer, Verheyden Hillerard, declared, "This is sending a message to embassies and diplomatic missions all over the world that any host country can make the decision that if it disagrees or does not like the leadership of another country, it can simply appoint someone else, say they are recognizing another person as the leader, and then seize their embassy." Oh, and all of them liberals out there, that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and...
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
That means bullshit Bernie Sanders, all those liberals, not a peep against this. This is disgusting. But hey, go over to Afghanistan. Taliban attack leaves 10 soldiers dead in southern Afghanistan. Who cares? It's only a war going on for 18 years. Nobody talks about it. How about this one? Saudi strikes target Yemen rebels. How's that for disgusting bullshit propaganda by prostitutes? No. You look at the picture. They destroyed a part of a city. They killed over 100 innocent civilians and wounded hundreds of others. But the Saudis did it. They invaded another country. So what, Celente? America invades any goddamn country they want to bring freedom and liberty. And so are the Saudis. Oh, those wonderful Saudis, the beacon of democracy flying through the Middle East. Where's the outrage? Where's the support to Occupy Peace? And by the way, go to occupypeace.com, send $1. If everybody sends $1, we get this thing moving, or whatever you want, because they're taking us to war. Netherlands joins Germany by halting operations in Iraq over potential U.S. conflict. Oh, we got to watch them Iranians. They may attack our soldiers in Iraq, Pompeo says. Pompeo, piece of crap. What are you doing in Iraq? It's an illegal war started by lies, and they should bring the son of a bitches and bastards up on war crime tribunals to see who lied us into war. That Condoleezza Rice, wasn't she nice with those mushroom clouds? Yeah, the next ones you see when you look out your window from Iraq. And Penis Cheney, the little dick, yeah. And George W. Moron Bush, and all the rest, the wolfish shits. Yeah, how about bringing them to jail? Bring them up on trials. War keeps breaking out, and nobody seems to care. But they care about life over there in Alabama. Alabama governor signs abortion bill. A woman signed the abortion bill. Quote, "This legislation stands as powerful treatment to Alabamians' deeply held belief that every life is precious and that every life is a sacred gift from God," Miss Ivey said in her statement. every life except the millions of lives that Americans are slaughtering all over the world. How come you're not speaking out about that? Got lockjaw? Yeah. This is disgusting. All these Democratic candidates, with the exception of Tulsi Gabbard, are speaking out against war. Because if they keep this up, this is going to be the beginning of World War III if they attack Iran. But hey, I believe in Bolton and Pompeo. They should lead me. And if you believe that, tune out of Trends in the News and don't come back, because Jack, you're dead. Your mind is gone. Oh, and Jill, this is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's Trends in the News.